Hey guys, I quickly wanted to go over what stocks I'm holding here on my Charles Schwab and my Robinhood account. I've made some moves here. I'm getting closer to that 160K number on my stock portfolio. And just real quick here, I want to show you. I'm getting close to 74K on the Robinhood. Robinhood, I'm adding cash. I'm not adding cash to my Charles Schwab right now. And so Robinhood's going up because of stock growth, dividends, dividend income, income from my option trading, as well as adding cash. So those four reasons are rising my position here in Robinhood. So real quick, I'm not going to go over my options. It's a big mess, and of course we had a huge upswing here this week. So I got to bail out of some of those somehow. I sold a few things, and I got into some new stocks as well, and I'll go over that here. But real quick here, had a real good update in energy. Actually, real good week in energy, but it's just been beaten down so bad. And so I'll just go over here what I'm owning currently. PAA, I have 3 positions here. It is a weekly option stock. ET, I have 5 positions here in my Robinhood, and that is also a weekly option stock. I haven't really been selling the weekly options on these low-cost energies just because they're really not paying much because the stocks are beaten down so much, and also I don't want to get caught on a bounce like we just had. So that's another reason why. I just feel like they're going to bounce up here eventually. And so Lumens, this is a CenturyLink. This is a weekly option stock. I own 2 positions. And obviously a very high paying dividend, as well as the other 2 actually. Kinder Morgan, I own 3 positions here in my Robinhood, and obviously another very high dividend paying stock, and a weekly option stock. AIG, I have 1 position. It's obviously an insurance stock. Dividends roughly 4.5, probably somewhere in that range. Robinhood could be off. You have to always check Robinhood's numbers. They'll tell you a company's paying a dividend and they quit paying it a year ago and they're still showing it. That happens very commonly here in Robinhood. Agency, I have 2 positions. This is also a weekly option stock. I'm really trying to get into weekly options stocks holdings rather than monthly option stock holdings. It's just a lot easier to sell the options and to time the amount of time and money I want to sell them for. Cleveland Cliffs, I have 1 position. This is going to be met and probably taken away on Friday. This thing's just ran up big time. I actually sold some puts on Cleveland Cliffs, and because I had a feeling it was going to run up. And with this money here that I'm going to free up here at Cleveland Cliffs, I'm going to roll over to a new position. I'll show you here shortly. So that's going to be met, and it happens. And from there, just kind of move on, wait for it to turn back down again, and buy it back again. EPD, I have 3 positions here in my Robinhood. EVRI, this is a gaming stock. It's a gambling stock, a gambling gaming stock, like electronic gambling gaming company. I have 3 positions, and I have a call sold on this that is expiring in December. First Horizon National, I believe, is a insurance company. I have 2 positions, and then it is a monthly option stock. GeoBank, another monthly option stock, pays a very good dividend. I believe it's close to, I want to say it's around 7 or 8. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, it's around 10 actually. No, it's 11. That's what it is. It's around 11. See, Robinhood's showing is 17%. HPE, weekly option stock. I have 1 position. I was building a position on HPE, and I decided to roll it into a few other stocks instead that I decided to go with. HPQ, I have 1 position, another weekly option stock. KeyBank, a weekly option stock. I have 2 positions here in Robinhood. Kraft Foods, I have 3 positions, and a weekly option stock, obviously. Coca-Cola, I have 1 position here. and it is a weekly option stock. MetLife, I have one position here, another weekly option stock. Main Street Capital, this is a BCD. You can sell monthly options on this, and I'm about to, and I actually did. I bought it back. I was just because I think it's going to climb back up to around 33, 34, and I might just. I think I'm just going to hold off on selling it because it's just too far out. I don't like to push it that far out when stocks, are going to climb. I feel like this is going to be at $35 here in the next 4 to 6 weeks, and so that's why. But it pays about a 7% dividend, 7.5. Ulterior Group, I have two positions. MO. OLN is a chemical stock. This is another one that's just gone crazy over the last 2 weeks. Absolutely nuts. Things up, I don't know, 35%? Something like that over the last month, and most of that's over the last 2 weeks. And so this one is probably, I just have one position here. This one I'm probably going to lose as well, and I'm going to take that money and roll it over to a position I'm building. And I will buy OLN back once it drops down. But it does that quite often. It goes up and down, up and down. Just, let me see if I can show it here. See here, spikes, just lots of spikes. And this is the last year right here. Just a lot of spikes up and down, up and down. And so I just wait for it to drop back down again. You can see it's had a huge run up. Yeah, wait for it to drop back down again. Region Finance, the monthly option, financial stock, obviously pays a good dividend. I do sell options on it. Redwood Trust pays about, I want to say about 11% dividend, and it is a monthly option stock. AT&T is obviously a weekly option stock and a very 7.5% dividend stock. Viacom CBS, I have two positions here. I have two positions of AT&T, and I think one position of Regional Finance. Exxon, this is a new position for me. So this is one of my moves. I sold out of BP, and I sold out of something else. I'm trying to remember what it was. But this is the reason why I decided to run with Exxon here. I didn't own it in my Robinhood account. And Exxon's a company that's paid dividends for the last 37 years. They've increased their dividends for the last 37 years. They're a dividend aristocrat. I think they might be a dividend king. And I just don't see them, if any way possible, of them getting rid of their dividend, unless it's the last option. Because once they do that, they're going to be out of all those ETFs that have all the dividend aristocrats, of all these special ETFs with these high dividend ETFs. They're going to be dropped out of them. And so I think whatever they can, they're going to try to keep their dividend, even if they have to borrow money. And obviously, I bought it at 33.42 was my average cost, and it's ran up in the last day and a half. And I have a feeling 33.42 might be close to the bottom. I'm hoping, and I have a feeling the stock's going to go up. And I think it's just overly sold off. And so I decided to buy a position of this and get that huge 10% dividend on my money. And so that's why I made the decision. I could be wrong. I did get out of BP, so I feel like I'm trading one energy stock for another. Obviously, this one pays a higher dividend, and the cost is about twice as much. But yeah, and so the other one I'm building, U.S. Bank. So I sold out of Valley Bank, and this is a weekly option, and so is that. And so that's one of the big reasons why I did so. And this has about a 4.5% dividend, and Exxon has obviously over 10. I'm just really trying to get into weekly option stocks, and I'm really trying to maybe rotate out of some of my small monthly option positions and try to get them into better weekly option stocks. I like U.S. Bank more than I like Wells Fargo and Bank of America. I'm a Bank of America customer for the last 35 years, and the stuff Bank of America has done is just absolutely crazy. My branch in my area hasn't been open for 6 months since the coronavirus. They have other branches open, but I have to travel farther away to go to them. And and I have 3 banks that I deal with, and only Bank of America is the only bank I've seen that's been closed more than maybe the first couple of weeks of the coronavirus. But since then, everybody else has figured it out. Bank of America has more than half their branches closed in my area. So it's just ridiculous. I'm not a Bank of America fan. If I wasn't so caught up with all my accounts in there, my mortgage, everything, I would probably be running away. And so, real quick here, I can show you real quick what I have here in my Charles Schwab account. I'm going to go through these real fast. It's easier to read. I have 2 positions of AT&T, 1 position of AIG, 1 position of Ares Capital. So you can tell I have a lot of high dividend stocks. CF, I have 1 position. It's a weekly option. Ares Capital is a monthly. Cisco, a new position for me. I have 1 position. ET, I have 5 positions here. EPD, I have 2 positions here. Exxon, I've had this probably for 6 months here. And I have 1 position. I'm obviously way down on it. GE, I sold out of my GE. Actually, I sold out of GE here. And I sold out of 1 position that I had here and 1 position I had in Charles Schwab, or Robinhood. That was the other one I sold out of. Yeah, it's pretty much a non-dividend stock. It pays a very small dividend. It is a weekly option. And I'm just trying to get into a better option stock. GM, I have 1 position. Non-dividend stock. They cancel the dividends. Hercules is kind of a new position for me. I don't know if I've talked about. But it pays about 11% dividend. KeyBank, 2 positions here, weekly option. Kinder Morgan, 1 position here, weekly option. MetLife, one position. Navi, a good dividend stock, and I believe it's a monthly option. OLN, 1 position here. PBA, 1 position here. I've owned this for quite a while, and it's a monthly option. Pfizer, I have 2 positions here. A PPL. This is a new one for me. This is the one I'm gathering a new position on. And so it's going to, hopefully in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'll be able to get that filled. Redwood Trust, I have 1 position here. Southern, I have 1 position, weekly option. Starwood, monthly option, 1 position, very high dividend stock. Coca-Cola, 1 position here. UGI, utility stock, 1 position here. Viacom, 2. And Vodafone. Vodafone's an international cell phone company, and it pays about 7.5% dividend. It is a weekly option, and I'm probably going to add more to that position. And I'm doing the wheel on 3 positions of TNA, and that's pretty much it. That's what I currently own, and I'm looking to obviously fill in the rest of my positions on U.S. Bank and PPL. That's what I'm building on, and I'm looking for maybe Conagra Foods. Might be something I'm looking to, another weekly option stock. Trying to get a quality company again, and we'll see. All right, thank you so much.